What's up, John Sonmez here from simpleprogrammer.com. So I'm in Tallinn, Estonia, and I'm walking around Old Town. It's a beautiful area on the Baltic coast. I just came over here on a boat from Finland, from Helsinki, and a lot of people have never seen someone walk with a camera. Pretty funny, but anyway, give you a quick view of the area. It's pretty crowded right now. I just finished my workout. I'm gonna go get some food at a medieval restaurant here pretty soon here. But before I do that, hopefully I don't get lost, I did want to do a quick video. I wanted to do a video about breaking the cycle or breaking the habit. I think I'll walk around the block and come back. But you know, a lot of you complain to me, you know, I get a lot of emails from a lot of you talking about being in like a cycle, being in a habit that you can't break. I've done some videos on overcoming addiction and habits. You can check out those videos there. But what I'm talking about this time is really this cycle. You know, a lot of times it's like an emotional cycle that you get into, and it's difficult to get out of it. So a lot of this revolves around guilt. Again, I did a video on guilt, which you should check out if you're experienced that. But I want to talk about how to break that cycle of guilt. And what I'm talking about, just to make it pretty clear here, is let's suppose that you do something bad, okay? You do something wrong, you eat that piece of chocolate cake, you go off your diet, you skip a workout, you're lazy, whatever it is, you fill in the blank, whatever that you beat yourself up about, you lose your cool, right? All of these things that you're trying to do. And let's suppose that you do that, and then you end up doing it again. And you know, and you get into this cycle, right? So you do that, right? You do something wrong, you feel bad about it, you do it again, you feel bad about it, you get into this loop, you get into the cycle. So how do you break that cycle? How do you get out of that cycle? That's what I want to talk about. So here's the thing. This is why you get into the cycle. The reason why you mainly get into the cycle is because what ends up happening is that you get into the cycle because you feel a certain way, and so it causes you to act a certain way. Okay, now I know that sounds really basic, but think about this for a second. You feel a certain way, so you act a certain way. So you don't feel like going to the gym. You don't think about why you feel that way. You just don't feel like it, right? It doesn't feel right, so you don't do it. Okay, you don't feel like eating healthy tonight, so you don't, right? So the feeling is what spurs the action. If you're always acting based on how you feel, right, then you're never going to break the cycle. Then what's going to happen is that you're going to continually feel the way that you're acting, right? So think about this, right? This is why it's a cycle, is because if you feel guilty, okay, that's going to make you less motivated, right? You're going to be beating yourself up. It's going to make you not feel motivated to do what you're supposed to do. And when that happens, okay, what's going to happen when you don't do it? You're going to feel guilty. You're going to feel bad. Again, it's going to restart that cycle. So this is why I tell you guys a lot that you've got to do what you don't want to do. You've got to do the kind of stuff that you don't feel like doing, right? Whether you feel like it or not, right? I'm not going to miss a workout. I'm not going to miss a run unless I'm like deathly ill. If I'm just total tired, haven't slept for days, I'm still running. I'm still running 10 miles or whatever I'm supposed to do, right? Because I know that the moment that you slip, the moment that you don't do that, what's going to happen is you're going to start that cycle and you're going to feel guilty. And then what's going to happen is that guilt feeling is going to make you miss the next workout or miss the next thing that you're supposed to do, and you're going to screw up again. So if you want to break the cycle, what you have to get into the habit of is not acting based on how you feel, but acting based on what you've planned and decided and how you want to feel, right? So you got to anticipate the kind of person that you want to become, and you have to act as if you were that kind of person without feeling that way. And when you do that, what will end up happening is that you will create a new cycle, and that new cycle will be started by an action, right? Normally your cycle started by a feeling, but you're going to be starting a new cycle by an action. So you're going to take an action that is not conducive to how you feel at the time. And that new action, that higher level of action, is going to produce a feeling that goes along with that, that's going to create a new cycle. And once you've created that new cycle, then you can perpetually live in that new cycle. And so anytime that you want to break those old cycles, that's what you have to do. And most people are stuck in them. They're stuck in a rut, so to speak, because they don't do that. Because what ends up happening is it never feels right. They always slip up. They always feel guilty, right? And so the other piece of this equation, which let me make sure that I'm still okay. We're good. My battery's dying. But the other piece of this equation, which I talked about before, it has to do with that guilt. If you constantly feel guilty for every time you screw up and you don't accept yourself and the things that you do as you are, then what's going to happen is that you're going to be creating those cycles more easily. So if you can accept who you are and you can accept that you make mistakes and whatnot, then you're not going to have that guilt feeling all the time, and that's going to prevent you from getting into that cycle. So basically comes down to this. This is the summary. If you want to break the cycle, if you want to break whatever cycle that you're in, you have to act differently than you feel. And if you act differently than you feel, if you act how you want to be, right? Imagine the person you want to be, imagine the state that you want to live in and what you want to become, and you act that way. If you do that, then you will feel in accordance to that new action, okay? And then pretty soon it will create the new cycle, right? I guarantee you, whether you feel like it or not, if you just force yourself to go to the gym, to work out, to whatever you're trying to do, if you force yourself to do it every single day for 30 days, whether you feel like it or not, you're not only going to develop a new habit, okay, but you're going to change the cycle, because you're going to change how you feel. And if you aspire greater, right, this is why I say that, you know, thinking is enough. If you can change your mindset, that really is the key, and that's one of the things I encourage on the channel. All right, that's enough blabbing on about that. I think you get the point. I'll definitely do more on this topic. Let me know if you have some questions about this, if this doesn't make sense, if you've done this, if you're trying to break a cycle. Let me know, what are your cycles that you're trying to break, and what are you doing to break those cycles based on this. All right, that's all I got for you today. If you like this video, make sure you click the subscribe button below. Make sure you click the bell so that you get all the videos that I'm doing as I'm traveling through Europe here, so you don't miss any of these videos. And I will talk to you next time. Take care.